Welcome back to Red Alert. I'm your host, Joe Chapp, along with my co-host, Cindy Berry. And now, Cindy, you know me. I am a draft pick whore.
You are.
I
It
mean,
is true. It's a
some,
dirty word,
you,
Joe,
you,
but
you
it's
got,
very true.
sometimes you gotta admit when you are, you're just out there, slaving, trying to get some picks, and that's all it is to it. But I have the same mindset that I have with the Lions in terms of their draft picks. Like, I feel like I got a GM who, it doesn't matter. We got picks we got a lot of picks in this draft coming up. And there's this feeling, when Elliot Friedman reported that Tyler Bertuzzi was taken off the trade block and the Red Wings aren't focused on trading him right now, I've seen this rhetoric come out, and I think it's pretty dangerous for Red Wings fans. First of all, if you go out and you say that, them not trading Tyler Bertuzzi and not getting nothing in return for them just to make the playoffs is bad for the franchise, you're not looking at the full picture. Now, listen, I love draft picks. Cindy can attest to this. I am a self-acclaimed draft pick whore.
Oh, yes.
But here I don't want the draft picks. I don't want the draft picks. I want to keep Tyler Bertuzzi, and hopefully we can get in the playoffs, and that will spread more things through the franchise than what a second round pick, a third round pick will. I mean, let's be honest right now. If you go get a third round pick, he's not going to be ready for 3-4 years. What you do with this season could carry over to next season. Even if Tyler Bertuzzi is not here, he's gone. You have shown teams, you have shown players that are in the free agency market that you're ready to win. You could be the finishing touch to our team. You have shown that you can get to the playoffs. You have given the Red Wings players who are younger, like the Rasmussens, like the Dylan Larkins, like the Tyler Bertuzzis, like the Siders, and perhaps Raymond when he comes back, playoff experience. That's key. And I think that's worth more than a measly third round, second round draft pick. And if you're one of these people that think you're going to get a first round pick for Tyler Bertuzzi, shut up. You're dumb as a box of rocks. You're not getting a first round pick for this guy. It's like this. It's like with Lions fans. Lions fans thought forever. They're like, we can get a first round pick for TJ Hawkinson. Well, you got a second round pick and a third round pick. That's what you got. I mean, you're not going to get a first round pick. First round picks are valuable, especially in this draft coming up, where first round picks are totally valuable, and everyone wants to keep that first round pick. That's why if you're a team like the Blues, they're talking about running and taking their 3 first round picks they got from the trades that they did and cashing in on Timo Meier. A team like San Jose is going to be all over that type of stuff. So that's why the first round picks are going to be so valuable. No, you're not going to first round pick for Tyler Bertuzzi.
I agree. I don't think you are either. And I'll tell you, one of the things that the Wings are doing that I really do like, because you can't talk about Tyler Bertuzzi or some of these other deals that are being made without talking about the fact that both Tyler Bertuzzi and Dylan Larkin both have unresolved contracts. They're both going to be free agents. And what does that mean? And, there's been just a lot of distracted talk regarding contracts. And I'm glad that they're setting that aside for now, because it's not important right now. And I think this is your team. This is your team you're going into the playoffs with. And if things roll right, you've got a real shot to get farther than anyone thought you would. And I believe that Tyler Bertuzzi has more value with the organization at this stage of the game than he would what you'd get to trade him away. I don't think you're going to get the value for him. I think he's got more value in terms of being kind of it's sort of one of those things like it's they say I'd rather the W you know rather than the W you don't know. And that is that what you've got with Tyler Bertuzzi. They're very familiar with him. They're very familiar with his role on this team, what he can contribute, where his weaknesses are. And I think they would rather go with that than try to make a trade for someone who you don't know how they're going to fit. They might be a performer elsewhere, but you don't know how they're going to work with the collection of guys you got right now. You don't know how their particular skill set is going to fit in. I just think they would rather just go with what they know and what they know they've got, because I think what they've got is actually going to be respectable enough to put them in a better place than anyone really thought. So I think that's why you hold on to Tyler Bertuzzi. You know what you've got. He's a great guy for the locker room. He's very well liked. People want to underplay that. Like, we don't care if the guy's a nice guy. He's not doing what we need him to do, or we're done with him or whatever. But there's a whole lot more going on to it than that, and I believe that he's got more value just staying tight, and I think that's what they're going to do.
I agree with you 100%. Here's where I'm going to deviate from it. I think what Stevie Y did doing taking Tyler Bertuzzi off the trading block. If you're a general manager and you come to Stevie Y and say, I want Tyler Bertuzzi, guess what? You're gonna have to pay an arm and a leg, and you're probably gonna have to give up a roster player to get Tyler Bertuzzi. If a team is desperate enough to where they would give up a roster player, like let's say Dallas calls, right? And they're like, listen, we don't want to do this, but we're going to give up one of our guys, one of our top guys to get Tyler Bertuzzi. Okay, maybe. If Edmonton calls and they go, we'll give you Ryan Nugent Hopkins and like a second round pick, you'd probably take it. It depends on what the value is, and that, I think what Stevie Y put himself in position to do is if a team does call on Tyler Bertuzzi, he could be like, all right, don't waste my time. I'm not going to give you Tyler Bertuzzi for a draft pick. You're going to have to give me a roster player and a draft pick, and let's see where the cards may fall. And I don't care about Tyler Bertuzzi if he walks in free agency because he wants an exorbitant amount of money in his contract. Fine, that's the risk I'm willing to take, and I think Stevie Y is weighing the pros and the cons to what a playoff run could do. I mean, you could go and lose in the first round, but you're getting playoff experience for the guys that have never had playoff experience. I think that's valuable, and it's also valuable for when Stevie Y goes into free agency this year. He can be like, "Listen, we were this far away from the playoffs. You can take us to the next step," because the reality is players want to come to winning situations, and when they see a team that's on the cusp that they can come and be a part of, it's the same thing with the Lions. Like, the Lions are going to be big free agent players because when you showed at the end of the year that you are a team that's ready to take the next step, you just need talent, more talent. There's going to be guys that are going to be like, okay, I'm coming because I think I can make the difference and you guys get into the playoffs and winning some playoff series or perhaps a Stanley Cup. That is what people think. Like, if it's a Lions player that's coming, let's say it's a guy like a Devontae Davies coming to the Lions and he knows that deep in his heart, the reason he signed here, number one, would be because he knows he's going to win here, and he knows he can be a part of a winning culture, and that's what players really value. They're not going to take the money just to take the money for a losing situation. They don't want to be stuck in that situation. So getting to the playoffs is more valuable than getting a third round pick for Tyler Bertuzzi.